Welcome, Pisces. This is your reading for February 2022. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising, always. We have, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to those who are celebrating mid-February on. Happy Valentine's Day. But I also want to say that we have the full moon in Leo in February. So that marks new beginnings. And you know what? I have a feeling because a lot of times January 1st is like, okay, I want to start feeling this new energy of the new year, but we don't quite start feeling it yet. And I always feel this every year, like the new energy really begins. I feel like it's going to be around, it's almost like the universe is telling us new beginnings in the Leo full moon, February. I think, you know what? February 16th, 17th, somewhere in that area. Don't quote me on that. I just know that it's in Leo. So think about that, and, this is new beginnings that feel bright and free and open and, that type of new beginning. So let's go ahead. We're going to do your reading this month a little different. I want to just look at these though. We have the Star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. We have the Magician. This is you making them true. This is your power within them. This is your intention. Then we have the Six of Swords. Interestingly, the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. Six of Swords is leaving the toxic behind, like I don't have time for it anymore. And Six of Wands is really the claiming of victory. I feel like this is when you start to find your soul tribe also, because I feel like there's many, whether you know it or not, who look up to you in some way through your actions and your words, that type of thing. So I just find that interesting. Maybe this is saying, in February, this is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. This is to remind you of your own power, of the manifestation of them. The universe and you working hand in hand. There's no room for anything that's toxic thoughts, anything that could hold me back from victory. So keep that in mind. Okay. All that being said, let's go ahead and give them a shuffle. I'm using the light seers for you, by the way. See, the light seers or light seekers. And everything's already pre-shuffled. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building your spread. I also have the Tarot of Night that I may bring in. We'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. And we open with the Emperor. Dun 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 dun. Card of Aries. Can be fatherhood. This is the leader. Interesting how I saw, again, you in the energy of victory and others admiring through your own actions, by the way. And real quick, I want to say that I also feel February, I've already done your year in review, so you definitely want to check that out. But I feel February is when I can have ups and downs. But I can control these ups and downs. And I think that'll come on your reading. So anyways, this certainly can be business ownership also. We have the Two of Pentacles. Someone's thinking of something. We have the Five of Pentacles. Look at all the Pentacles. I don't know why. The Emperor's fire, not Pentacles, but for some reason he felt like it. We have the Death card, but then we have a rebirth. Some of you could have lost a job, a position. I feel like if that's the case, don't get stuck in, how much it sucks. Instead, uh, potentially, because a rebirth is for your own good. It's a card of Scorpio, by the way. It's coming after the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, if you just look at her, she's got her head down. She's sitting in the corner. But right there is a key. And that key unlocks the door. And the door is that new beginning. In whatever area. Listen, it can be in the smallest of areas, but that door leads to another door, to another door, and to another door. Having confidence, right? Picking up that key, having confidence. Usually something happens against your will, out of your control. You really don't have much to say about it. But nonetheless, I feel like the Death card is talking about, I can't sit in it, right? It is a 5, so it asks for change. I can't just sit in that energy. I have to be more active. Let's take one more after that. We have the Chariot. Beautiful. Card of Cancer. 2 pentacles, 2 water, 2 cups. Chariot is really an unlimited type of energy. I think you can see that. It's really, it's unlimited. You take it wherever you want to take it. The Chariot comes when you're ready. The Chariot shows when you are ready. It's like, what's that saying? The teacher shows when the student is ready. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The teacher shows when the student is ready. How do you say this other than I feel like what I want to be careful with in February is that I'm not taking things so personally that I don't allow myself to move on. All right. So, the Chariot says there's some kind of door. Listen, something happened beyond your control, no doubt. But that is not the end. Really, it's just the beginning of the new. So something happens against my control. Some of you, you could even have lost a father. And, I know loss. But I also know that in the same breath, you got to keep living. So anyways, the Chariot comes when you are ready. And what is it waiting for? Or, what do I mean by that? I mean that this Chariot, you control the reins of the Chariot with your intentions. So this Chariot can go to unlimited places. I'm seeing the white horse and the black horse. And it seems like, in a way, they want to steer off. Like, the black horse wants to go this way, the white horse wants to go this way. So who's controlling this Chariot has to keep them in line, right? In line, in balance. Okay, let's go above the Emperor. We have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. I'll take it. Some of you, this could be something you're doing out of your home. I want to go over the 5 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay. All right. It's like I want to rejoice within that 10 of Pentacles, but in a way I feel like I can't. And I feel like the reason why is I feel like the 10 of Pentacles turned into the Five of Pentacles, which means where there was two, there is now one. This Knight of Swords, it just feels like, you know, like they ran off. They ran off. Now, I don't know when, and I know how horrible that is. But here's the thing. You know, first of all, I want to say, when you're honest with yourself, listen, if you're in this, what you think is a committed relationship, and then somebody runs off with someone else, I think in a way, and I don't mean it like I know you're going to feel the pain. I know it. I've had my heart broken many times. But it seemed to lead to better. Like each time it led to a little better, to now where I feel like, you know, I'm right back where I started. Right now I am back with the first person I fell in love with. So anyways, I do feel like, because I feel like maybe this Emperor is someone who could have left the household in whichever way, however it happened. Let's look at the Two of Pentacles in between that. We have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like you are trying to make a decision about something. And I love that the Ace of Wands is there, because the Ace of Wands is inspiration. It is divine intervention. It is the answer to your question. You know, where does it lie? It lies within you, like, you know, right? It's like, I know which pentacle. I know what I want to invite in and what I don't, that type of thing. So, you know, it's kind of like you're lit up. And the Two of Pentacles is about making a logical decision. I know, you know, it's described as juggling, right? Juggling. But I find it more like choice. You know, is it something that will expand my life, or is it something that will bring me what I've already had, and maybe I don't want what I had back? Will it expand me, or will it deflate me? Let's go over the Death card. We have the Queen of Swords. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I think I want to go right next to that, because I want to see what she's looking at. She's looking at the Page of Wands. You know, in a way, I feel like this queen, whatever the sign, this queen, and I kind of feel like this person may even been younger than me, even though the Emperor could represent older. But it could also represent the father of my children, that type of thing. But I feel like, listen, maybe someone's like wanting to reintroduce themselves into your life, but I definitely feel the energy of like someone running. I feel like they ran out on me. I wasn't expecting it, or at least consciously, I wasn't expecting it. So, and I feel like that's already happened, right? And I feel like that's something that may have been like within you, you know, that it's hard to get over, but there's a key, there's a door, you know, there's the lock, there's the key. And how do I open that door? I got to be willing to close the chapter of this. Maybe I need to forgive them. And in that no way means I take someone back. And again, it doesn't even have to be love. We don't really have a lot of love cards. We have more about Pentacles. But nonetheless. And, you know, it's saying, like, when you allow what was to be what was, and create from what is right now. You allow yourself to have that rebirth, which is what kind of what the Leo full moon is saying. Then this Queen of Swords, who now has her back to this knight and is looking at the Page of Wands. So to me, it's like she's looking at opportunities. Like, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? She's daring to dream. But I feel like she's going to follow it. Okay, and I think what I want to do is I'm going to take the Tarot Knight below. I'm just shuffling like this. They're already pre-shuffled because they are, I haven't used them very often. They are darker. And I mean the background is darker. I love them, but you can't see them that well. But I feel like we need to bring them in. Okay, let's go right below this Emperor. We have the Queen of Wands. That would make sense, right? Fire with fire. Queen of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I just feel like it's more about energy. This can talk about someone who was older or is older. We have, look at this, the Queen of Cups. This queen, I know it's hard to see. This queen has definitely had her heart broken. Definitely had her heart broken. It's like I turn my back on the world. You know, I just feel like she's so beautiful. Excuse me. She's so beautiful, right? And, you know, maybe on a surface level, but I feel even deeper. But that doesn't, I don't know. I know, you guys hate when I say I don't know. We have 3 queens on the table. Let's keep going. We have the 7 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry. Coming under the 5 of Pentacles. You know, I thought we were meant to be. I thought this was the one. Don't we think everyone that we give our heart to is the one? But somehow we forget that. Like, you know, I thought so-and-so was like, you know, my one and only love, and that ended, and now, you know, and then I met so-and-so who really is my, you know what I mean? So, we have the King of Wands under the Death card. We have the Queen of Wands over here. And one more. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. You know, these cards are still, even though I've had them for a little while, because I haven't used them very much, like the imagery is still, like I'm still seeing them for like the first time. All right, let's break this down. You know, simply said, I feel like if I go right down the middle of the spread, why is my head down? Why am I not picking up that key? You know, it's even illuminated. It's illuminated. Why? Why am I not doing that? You know, am I allowing myself to feel hopeless? Is there something that I thought was meant to be that is not, you know, anymore? You know, did someone run out on me? All of that. So This is energy, and it's right in the middle of the spread now, the 5. 2021. It's going to happen in 2021. But 2021 was the Hierophant, the energy of the Hierophant, and that is the Hierophant always says, look at your belief system, look at yourself, look at your truths. What are you not? Are you being truthful with yourself? Not about them. Like, are you being truthful with yourself? Like, because I feel like we're all the Empress and the Emperor, right? It comes through experiences, but it is the knowledge of all the queens and all the kings. Anyway, so I feel like, in a way, I feel like I thought this was it. I thought this was it. But then, again, something happens. It does feel kind of difficult, It does feel difficult. I mean, some of you couldn't even be making decisions of whether you stay or you go, whatever this is, whether it's a job or it's love. Do I stay or do I go? Be present when making that decision, right? Use your logic, watch your emotions. February, that's what it's about, the ups and downs for you. I feel like it's more in your emotional house, like where I take things like really personally, when maybe I could just, I don't know, float over it. So, this queen, she's looking at this page. She is the page. It's her inner self. And, maybe you are finding the key. And maybe you are considering to unlock that door. Because I feel like the Queen of Swords, where, this is where I'm in my mental house. This is when truth matters. It matters to me. Honesty, communication, all of that. And maybe, as I reflect upon it, maybe there were red flags that I just didn't want to see, or vice versa, by the way. But nonetheless, I feel like then we move to this queen who is considering giving herself a rebirth. And she's using the energy of the wands, of the fire, of desire, of what do I want? Where do I want to go? What am I good at? What lights my fire? That type of thing. And it's like, as soon as you throw that intention out, I don't want to say as soon as you throw that intention out, but as you throw that intention, you put that intention out into the universe. I feel like that is what brings about the Chariot. I don't know why I feel like I'm whispering. That brings about the Chariot. But I do feel like there is one condition here. One condition. And that is whatever has put your head down, whatever has put you in the belief that there is no other doors for you, that is what has to go. That is what limits you. That's where your limits lie right now. So the Death card says this door needs to be closed. Now, I don't know if that means the person, if it's a person. But what it means is the energy of it. Like, I'm not going to carry the heaviness of it. It felt shocking. Again, I feel like, in a way, like I felt like it was meant to be. But I feel really what's happening here is, if you want to talk about what's meant to be, from, like, let's say a spiritual level, what will and who will expand you. I don't think they've walked in the door yet. I think they're in there over or behind that door. This King of Wands has the Ace of Pentacles right next to him. So, you know, certainly can be a fire sign, but look at it differently. Look at it, this person's energy, and this is a man of action, right? This is a man who goes after what he wants. And I don't mean in an ego way, because he's in the upright. He's on your Tree of Pentacles. He's on your Tree of Pentacles. All right, let's go back and let's look at a few things. Let's stick with the Tarot of Night. What do I want to look at? First of all, you know, again, I want to remind you that, you know, there's inspiration coming your way. This is not just about them and what they have done to you. This is about you and what is, you know, left to be discovered. There's much more. There's more doors. So I feel like the inspiration hits you. This Queen of, that's why I feel like the Queen of Swords, again, forget the sign. I feel like she's it's almost like, if I use the word thinking, I don't want you to think that she's overthinking or overanalyzing. But I feel like in a way she's like, where do I want to put my energy? What do I want to do next? What do I want to do that I've always wanted to do? Nonetheless, I feel like the inspiration comes first. Because some of you be like, oh my God, I don't know what that means. I don't know what I want to do. Well, the inspiration comes first. And listen, it can come as nuggets. Follow those nuggets. And I'm telling you, it opens up a whole new world. So anyway, what do we want to look at? Well, you know what? Let's go right in the middle. Let's look at the Five of Pentacles. We have the Star. Card of Aquarius, first of all. This is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. I feel like someone took them. Right? I dreamed a certain dream and someone took that. Okay, well, let's dream another dream. Right? This isn't about giving up. This is about feeding, and I like how it's, you know, it's funny because, yes, I put the card down and I put it down slowly, but then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, it's connected to the Ace of Wands, which is connected to the Five of Pentacles, the Star. So, yes, it does feel like the energy of, I feel like someone, like, stole my dreams, stole my wishes, my ideas. You know, it didn't turn out like I had wanted, had planned. What's going on here? And it's because I'm putting all my eggs in that basket. You know what I mean? So, okay, well, let's go right next to it. And the Death card. We have the Moon. So this is your card of Pisces. Now you cannot deny, right, that it's you. Also ruler of Cancer. But let's also not forget that we have the Leo full moon. So this can talk about, almost like it's saying, okay, we're going to give you until the Leo full moon to let it be, let it go. How beautiful. But look at her dress, right? It's like illuminated. 3/4 of it, 1/4 of it is dark. She looks like she's leaving. Alright, I want to go back to this Emperor. We have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting, because I felt like earth in him. Listen, this could be someone that, you know, you met when you were younger. I know you're not a pentacle. I'm not saying that. This could also be, I feel like there's an energy of like, just be careful, because almost like if I'm in school and this is my professor, maybe there was something there. I don't know. And listen, I feel like that if that is you, and it's like we were together, then we weren't, trust me, you're being saved. You're being saved. I know it feels like hell, but all right, I want to look over this decision. We have the 10 of Cups. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Here's the 2 of Pentacles. Do I want the 10 of Pentacles, or do I want the 10 of Cups? Which one do I want? I feel like if you're in this Queen of Cups energy, again, doesn't matter your sign, even though, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, just look at her, right? Again, her back is to the window, to the world. She's kind of lost in her sadness, which is very easy to do when you're a water sign, right? You really lead with your emotions, which is what I feel makes you so beautiful. And psychic, by the way. Don't forget that part of yourself, right? The Ace of Wands is your psychic self. So, nonetheless, I do feel like this Queen, she definitely she's feeling the energy. I want to look at this night. We have the 8 of Cups. Look at that. So, what I was feeling, I feel like is correct. 8 of Cups is the walking away. It is the new beginning, right? Interesting how you can see the moon, right? It's like she's looking back and she's heading forward. This is when, yes, I've had the 5 of Pentacles, but this is when I've decided that enough is enough, right? And this is when I really, January we had the Cancer full moon, and I don't know, it's a very loving moon. We're in the year of the lovers. Some of us are just, I feel like some of us have been in the wrong place, so to speak. Doesn't mean we didn't learn, we didn't gain valuable knowledge. But some of us, where we were, maybe we should no longer be. Okay, anyway, where do I want to go? I want to look at this Queen who is looking at this page, which I feel is the Fool, right? Which I feel, I feel like this Queen up here is making the decision of closing a door, and she's thinking about her future. This is thinking about my future in a bright way, right? I'm not putting any limitations on it. And then here's the Ace of Pentacles that shows. It's like the intention, right? I'm figuring out where I want to put that intention. I throw the intention out. The Chariot shows. The Chariot, and the Ace of Pentacles. This is in my physical world. Feels like a blessing. So, I keep wanting to go to the Queen. Look at that. We have another Queen of Swords. She looks like she's playing an instrument. I don't know if it's a harp. This may be one of your dreams. Like you can picture yourself, even though you don't have to play a harp. But she seems to be like in what feels like her natural element. Again, swords, but there's a lot of fire around that. So, and then we have, oh, here's Queen of Swords right there. And then, look at this. We have the Six of Swords with that. So clearly, this queen is thinking about, something new. A new beginning in something. Six of Swords is really the realization of what's been toxic to me, what has held me back. She's carrying the lantern, right? It's like the lantern of the hermit. We don't always have to go the whole way to a 9 before we can stop and reflect. It's like her heart chakra is being activated. Some of you, I feel like you're just going to find yourself on a path of unbelievable joy, inner joy. Maybe you've never known inner joy before, and I feel like if you got the guts to follow your dream, be willing to change dreams. Sometimes certain dreams don't work out, but maybe they weren't meant to. I can't control how other people are, right? I can only control myself. So if it's not how it feels it should be, then where the responsibility comes in is me. What do I do about that? Some of you, if it's a job, you may be like, Sandy, I can't quit my job. You're right. But what are you doing on the side? Because that is part of this year, is like side hustles. Side hustles becoming, for some, I feel like where they began, you're like, this used to be a side hustle, now is their life. It's kind of what this queen feels like. Okay. So, I feel like now I want to take another card under that star in the Five of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles. That's perfect energy. And the reason why I did that is because I feel like now I'm seeing things in a different light. Like maybe I thought this was I had only one dream, and I've used it. I spent it. It's gone. But that's not true. It's not true. Three of Pentacles is the perfect energy of what we were talking about up here. This is when your creativity comes alive. This is about your uniqueness. So many people say, like, I don't have talents. I don't have gifts. You do. You just haven't discovered them yet. But you can, right? It takes work. It takes seeing truths, knowing when it's time to walk away, knowing when I no longer want to sit in anger or regret or jealousy, or any of that. If that's in my life and I can't change that, then I can change myself. Three of Pentacles is really soulmate energy. Again, it's like someone says, where you been? You've been the missing piece of the puzzle. And by the way, it is coming over the Seven of Pentacles. What I thought was my dream turns out was not. It may have been a lesson. Your creativity is on fire. This is where I feel like you find, if you allow yourself a true sense of like joy. Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to look at the Two of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups, who's feeling a little sad there. Well, there you go. Nine of Swords. It's more of a fear factor. So Nine of Swords talks about the heartache, right? Like, one time I've had these, at least 3 swords that have pierced my heart. If it's the same person, well, there's your pattern, right? Oh, wait a minute. What? 3 times I've given this person an opportunity, and 3 times they have done exactly what they've done before. Why wouldn't they? So sometimes we've got to see those patterns. And that means we're trying to fix something within ourselves. I feel like the beginning of my life, like the people that I drew into me were the type of people who are much like the part of my father that I did not like. Quite crazy when I think about it now. It's not crazy. I wish I would have known then what I know now, right? It was like daddy issues, and you don't even know you have them. Now I get it. So the Nine of Swords says you're putting all this worry behind something that there is no need to do that. It's unnecessary worry. And that's why this Queen's back is to the world. But she's also under the influence of inspiration. Well, people love me for who I am. You know, and that's what the Three of Pentacles is all about. It's all about who you truly are, not who you pretend to be or who, you know, it's almost like not who I present to the world, but you know, it's like your moon, right? My emotional side, all sides of me. I feel like this is a time when you're moving towards that. I don't feel like you've been around it. Anyway, here's this King of Wands looking all dapper. Again, it's funny, he's got a little blood on the side of his lip. Let's see what that means. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting, because this may be someone who, like, offers you something through this Ace of Pentacles. This is, you know, the Eight of Pentacles is the energy starting to build a true foundation. Eight of Pentacles says, you know, if I'm willing to put in the focus, success is what I will have. I can call it success. I have to be willing to go in as the apprentice, knowing that someday I will walk out as the master teacher. I feel like this king is offering you some type of opportunity in your physical world. It may not be right where you live, I don't know. But I do know it feels like it's coming in your work sector. Okay, let's go over this Ace of Pentacles. Look at this, there's a hangman. Almost like, now wait a second, Sandy. It can't come that easy, right? Like, we got to go the whole way back to that Five of Pentacles, which is also in the middle of the spread. You know, the hangman's not a bad thing. Hangman is when I'm seeking wisdom, right? Because it's coming over this ace. It doesn't look like an ace, but here comes this ace. Here comes this opportunity, comes knocking at my door. And then I throw the hangman. So it means that I'm probably not immediately saying yes. I want to think about it, right? Hangman's where you got to worry, because the hangman is ultimately seeking an awakening, awareness over, especially over my next steps in this physical world. And here is this Ace of Pentacles. So almost like, what would they call it? Like an oxymoron with the Chariot and the hangman there together, both carrying the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to look at that. I know your reading is going to be a little long. Look at that. We have the Hierophant that comes over that. Card of Taurus, first of all. Number 5. Change. But this change has probably already happened, or it's something you already know needs to happen. I think the Hierophant, you know, again, I like that the Hierophant over this ace, because it, to me, feels like a blessing, or at least it will feel like a blessing. I feel like I am the one who has to say yes or no to it. This is not something that just comes my way and it just automatically is what it is. My effort, my energy is being called into action here. It's asking me to come from a higher type energy. And I feel like also I have to understand the moons and what the moons are asking, right? The Cancer moon is opening you up, right? Being lovingly. Doesn't mean I'm a fool, and I mean that as in, doesn't mean I'm naive. I don't feel like you're naive any longer. None of us are naive any longer who I feel are at this table. If you are, I think you're not. So, I feel like the Hierophant is just, like, I hope you say yes, because I feel like, okay, let's go back. First of all, the Queen of Wands is here, and she is, much like the King of Wands, the Queen of Action. So, let's look at her. We have the Death card. Interesting. She could be a Scorpio. Take another one. Look at this. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have, look at that. So we have every queen out now. There's 3 queens, but why am I worried about that? And then we have the Hermit. You know what I feel like? I feel like this is your guides who are trying to reach you in different, and I mean spirit guides, so you probably know them. Were part of your life in some way. Maybe you never met them. You know, I feel like our great grandparent can be part of our spiritual team. Doesn't always guarantee that we'll have a next life with them. Maybe we decide not to. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying all that, other than I feel like the Hermit talks about your wisdom. It's, the ability to go through the dark with the light. And listen, it feels like it's part of your work. Or part of, let me put it a different way, what you individually bring to the table is your wisdom. It's your wisdom. And maybe I'm seeing the queens because maybe you've gone through all of them, right? I've lived the life of the cups, right? The emotions. I've lived the life of the pentacles, my work. Though I have to say, again, I feel your energy is very psychic at the same time. Some of you, with 2 death cards, are connected to a Scorpio, no doubt. All right, I want to look at these 2 tens. This 10 of Pentacles, which opened your reading. And I think you at one time had that. I don't think everybody still does. Sorry. It's just how I'm reading it. I feel like, it started with 2, now it's down to 1. Doesn't mean there's not children, but I'm talking about... Anyway, let's look at that. We have the 4 of Wands. How interesting. That is the marriage card. And we have the 3 of Cups. And I want to take one more. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. Well, some of you may have been in a committed relationship with someone. There may have been some infidelity. There may have been. And again, this is not something new. I'm not the type of reader who'd be like, oh, by the way, a person you're with is cheating. No. This is something you would already know. At least you would feel it. But the 9 of Pentacles, how beautiful is she? Look at her. She is, she's independent. She's independent. It's funny, like I look in the monitor, it looks like she's got a halo around her head, but she doesn't. She's sparkling. She's gold. Truth be told, I feel like, again, it's about what was and what's happening now. I wanted to look at these 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. I have a feeling, again, I put my energy with something for a period of time. It didn't work out, right? It was something that I had hoped. It was part of what I really wished for. I feel like in the meantime, I probably gave up on a dream. So I feel like whatever happened in that, again, it feels kind of like against your will, and I know it sucks. But truth be told, I feel like a new door opens. It's by the Leo full moon, and I never predict time, but I just have this feeling. I don't know, I just want to look. I have the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups can be very lazy energy. Spiritual discernment. If you've been lazy about building your own foundation or creating from your own wisdom, now's the time. Use your own spiritual discernment. But nonetheless, and I feel like before we leave, I have to look below this king. Look at this Ace of Cups. I mean, I can't make that up. So, what I thought was my everything. Wow. It's like hang on to your hat. She's just in it. She's lost in it. Hello. And then the Fool. So the Fool is coming with both these aces. Also, this King, now showing it up as a wand. Again, doesn't have to be in the wand family, just means it's a king of action. I feel like in some way, it can be an offer. I feel like an offer is very good for you. That alone is very good for you. But it's interesting that the Ace of Cups is also attached to him. And then the Fool. And it's interesting sometimes, like all this, right? With this Queen here carrying that Nine of Swords, all that worry that wasn't needed. And look what walks in your door. Now, I'm saying it walks in your door, but it's all about your intention. It's about your intention. 2 aces to help you do whatever it is that I feel is on your real tree of your soul's intention. Here is the Ace of Cups, and it all begins with the Fool. It's so interesting. What's mirroring the Fool? The Death card. What did the Death card say there? Close the door and allow a rebirth. But the Fool is the rebirth, and the Fool is excited about the future. Much like I think this Queen, I feel like this is where it began. And this is where it can go. I thought this was my everything. Boy, was I wrong. It was just my then, right? My at that time. I feel like there were lessons that I learned. And it hurt. It did hurt. But in time, you're going to see. You're going to see. And it's always going to be up to you. Because it's saying here, if, it all starts with this person in that 5 of Pentacles. If she turns around and sees that key, she can unlock the door. This Queen, if she moves ahead and throws her wand to some type of dream that maybe felt like it was taken before, well, no longer. It lights you up. This is a very fiery type reading for Pisces. I don't even know what I'm going to call it, because it is almost like night and day. Night and day. I thought I had day and night. The hermit walked through the dark night of the soul. The hermit found the beacon of light within the hermit self. The hermit is gaining all this wisdom, and ultimately, whether the hermit plans it or not, becomes what I consider the master teacher. Knowledge. Page of Pentacles is there. Knowledge. Everything. Awareness. The hangman, seeking that awareness. Here it is. You know, maybe I lost the Four of Wands, a commitment in my past, but that in no way determines my future, not unless I allow it. Don't forget about how we even opened your reading. I forget what those cards were, but right at this moment, I'm feeling like that's important. I forget what they were, though. So, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. So, whoever this king is carrying the Ace of Pentacles, also the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. He's coming, I feel like, in the light. Feels like of a blessing. I feel like there's two things happening. One is in your pentacles, and one is within your emotions. Can you handle it? The Fool says, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Some of you are going to start really following your dream and living your dream. And what I mean by that is something that you are, it feels like a talent that you have, whether you know it or not. Some of you, when I say talent, it can be just like using your collective wisdom that you have gained through this, at least this lifetime. And how can I use that to benefit others, right? Helping those who are walking before us or after us. Leaving light, right? Little breadcrumbs of light for those who are still lost. The more we do that, the more the universe just wants you to be in love. And not just romantically, but with life and with yourself and with what you do. And just know that you are the missing piece of the puzzle. You always were, you always will be. And it is up to you when you want to fulfill that. But I feel like the Leo full moon is important. I'm going to leave it there. I feel like there is a sense of urgency. I don't feel that often in readings, but I do feel like it for you. You'll let me know through your comments, I hope. So I always, I can't wait for your comments. And I appreciate all the love that you send me, by the way. I'd appreciate extra blessings right now. We just did a drive-through. Sam is not feeling well, and I think he has, not COVID, because we're vaccinated, the new one. So he got tested. I don't know why I didn't get tested, but I didn't, because I just figure, if he got it, then chances are I'm going to get it. So that's another reason why I'm doing these readings, just in case. So all your prayers would be greatly appreciated, but I know that you do it anyway, so my gratitude is really to you and your time. There's a million videos you could have watched. Be careful that you're not watching a million videos, by the way, because it can mess with your mind. Use your intuition when you watch a reading, not what you just wish and hope for, right? Like, I want this Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, but am I willing to do what it takes to put me on that track? If the answer is yes, then so be it. So be it. I love you guys. I will see you next time at my table. Happy birthday. Happy Halloween. Halloween. It's funny. I'm just mentioning wrong names. Valentine's Day. You're not with anyone? Don't worry about that. It's a man-made holiday anyway. Every day is made for love. Doesn't always have to be of a particular person, but of yourself. And boy, what can I do today? Anyways, guys, I love you. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.